Hi there, and welcome to week 3. This is your brief weekly overview of what to expect with this module. So looking at the module overview, we will be focusing this week on continuing to explore key events in the history for the disability community. We're going to take what we've learned about the eugenics movement and history of disability that we've explored last week and start to focus on the disability rights movement. Furthermore, we're going to start to explore able-bodied privilege and ableism. So by the end of this module, you will hopefully have a really strong grounding in the history leading up to the disability rights movement, as well as what happened during the disability rights movement, including all of the advocacy work around the 504 passage. So then we're going to transition into exploring key concepts for ableism and able-bodied privilege. We're going to focus heavily in this class on the models of disability, and so this week I'd like for you to begin to differentiate between medical and social models of disability, and then start to think about how these different lenses that we view disability, particularly the social model of disability, plays into the history that we've been exploring. I think this will give you some insight as we explore these different elements of our history, how disability studies is very much a reaction against the medical model of disability that we have traditionally used to view disability. All right. So I'm hoping that you come away from this week with a really strong critical understanding of the social construction of disability. And as you're looking through those materials this week, you can refer back to Simi Linton's really brief piece that we looked at in the first week, where she uses the hand and fist analogy, where she describes how the onus needs to shift from individuals with disability, or a very medical approach, to society, right? That throughout history we've tried to put the responsibility on individuals to fit within society, as when we start to develop a social construction lens of disability, we've put the focus on society. So policy and law and transportation systems and education systems, all of the systems that come into place in our society, we shift the onus from the individual to societal lenses instead. All right, so I'd like for you to read these different articles and PowerPoint presentations. You'll need to access Miami's library system to access some of these, and then we have some brief videos that you can access through YouTube. In our media gallery, there's a documentary titled When Billy Broke His Head. This is a little bit dated, but it's a really key documentary that we show in all of our introductory disability study courses. And so by meeting Billy, you'll meet many key figures within the disability rights movement, and it will strengthen your understanding of history. And this is specifically situated looking more at the 504 sit-ins and the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act. As you watch this, I'd like for you to focus on how the medical model and the social model really come into play here, with the different elements of history that he explores, as well as his relationships, particularly his relationship with his dad. All right, and then we have Patty Byrne, and she's going to talk about ableism here. All right, and then as usual, you'll be completing a discussion and a quiz, and then I'd like for you to start to explore ideas for an action project. And so this is our culminating project that will be due at the end of the semester. So I'd like for you to start to brainstorm ideas of what you can do to meet the goal for this action project, which is becoming personally involved in implementing a plan that helps us move towards more just and inclusive practices for the disability community. And there's some ideas that you can access under the action project link. All right, I hope you have a really wonderful week and take care. Please let me know if you have any questions.